This is Zale Randle with Randle's T-shirt company. I'm coming on here today. Y'all excuse my appearance. I'm actually getting ready to start cleaning up and doing some things, but I'm coming on here for a reason. I've gone back and forth about sharing this, but I felt like it was necessary to come on board online and kind of share my story with you all. This is what I can say by far the hardest thing for me to do right now. But at the same time, I'm so grateful. Grateful for the opportunity that God is allowing me to um, come before you all and kind of talk to you about what's happening. Um, Oh boy, this is not easy, but I'm gonna go for it. I wrote down few things, just to kind of keep myself grounded on what it is that I want to say so that I won't be going all over the place willy-nilly, as they say. I wanted to make sure that um what I'm saying makes sense to you all because sometimes when y'all excuse me while I try to get this together. When you want to say something online to people, it kind of makes it challenging to stay focused and right to the point. Um, I've been cleaning and working, so my hands may be ashy. Y'all, just like I said, just ignore all of this right now. But I just want to come before you to let you all know. First of all, I'm so grateful and thankful that God has given me this opportunity. Y'all, we made it. We are in year 2026. We made it through 2025. We're still here, and still have our being and our minds and homes and family. Those who are going through, it won't last for long. Trouble don't last always. And in the midst of that, God is in the midst of trouble. So if we can stay grounded and focused on the Lord, then I truly believe He'll bring us through it. Um, in His Word of God say, if we humble ourselves, we humble ourselves and cry to the Lord, He'll hear our cry. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm coming to you all from Randle's T-shirt company. I'm the owner of Randle's T-shirt company. My name is Zale Randle, for those who don't know me. Please look online. You can see Randle's T-shirt company. It's Randle T-shirt company. And then you'll be able to see my story. I'm a 2-time breast cancer survivor and a 2-time stroke survivor, and made it through. And God blessed me 11 years after the second battle of cancer to start a nonprofit organization and start a nonprofit organization and a business, which is Screen Printing Company. Nonprofit was built, founded in 2027. The T-shirt company was founded in 2021 after COVID. But this is hard for me. I've gone back and forth about sharing this, but I feel like it's important to speak from my heart to my family and friends and all those who have come forth and supported me through this journey. It's not easy. Trust me, it has not been easy, but I feel like it's necessary to come forth. So if you see me looking from one area of the camera to the next, it's because I'm trying to read what I wrote down and, really as well as speak from my heart. And I'm not good at videos. So this is not my expertise, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it because I feel like it's only the right thing to do, based off of the love and support that I have been given from all of you all, those who are following me, those who have subscribed to my channel, those who um just shown love, just flat out shown love. I'm so grateful. Um, Building Randle's T-shirt company has been one of the bravest things I've ever done. And I say that in a literal sense because I come from a lineage of entrepreneurs. My mother and father, my beloved mother and father, Reverend Ozell Randle and missionary Jesse Randle, were just soldiers of the Lord. And they started their own business, the cleaning, Randle's Cleaners. Randle's Clothing Cleaners, back in 1973. With that being said, my dad, we used to be called the Jeffersons because my mother and father owned 3 cleaners. So they had the cleaners, 3 cleaners, beauty shop, and a barber shop. and they were known as the mom and pop of the neighborhood. They helped so many people, and they loved a great deal of folks. It just was crazy. At both of their funerals, there was packed house where people were literally standing outside to try to get in to pay their respects to him. So with that being said, me being in this place right now is beyond just a place. It's history, it's legacy. And it's really challenging for me to sit here to be able to get ready to tell you all what's taking place. I've been holding on and waiting and trying to contemplate on how I want to do this, how I want to bring this to you all. But this journey, it carried me through. God carried me, rather I say that God carried me through this journey, and I literally was walking by faith blindly. I didn't know what I was doing, y'all. I stepped out on faith. My daughter and I founded Living Breakthrough Breast Cancer's organization, and we would offer educational symposiums every October, the third Saturday in October, and support 5 women who were battling breast cancer. I wanted to support those women and people in general who was going through breast cancer. Men too, men can have breast cancer too, and we did help one guy. But I wanted to support them because a lot of times when you join these different committees or organizations, they claim they're going to help you. And I'm not saying that they don't. I'm not degrading anybody's organization. I'm just saying when I reached out for help, I didn't receive the help. And I was looked upon as not worthy. And it bothered me because I don't feel like status should determine whether or not you're worthy to receive support in the way that you need it at the time that you're asking for it. And I don't feel like your financial status should make a difference either, whether you have money or don't have money. When you're going through breast cancer or cancer in general, if you need support, if that organization is honed in on that particular cancer that you're dealing with, they should be willing to support. They, in my opinion, if they're able. Now, if they not, because they already have their number of people that they're going to support that year, okay, that makes sense. But if that's not the case, I just feel like it's a not fair the way I was treated. Either you didn't have the highest form of cancer, so you know I was overlooked, or I wasn't poor enough to be considered for help. So I don't think that was fair either. It just I wasn't the right color, and it didn't matter whether it was black or white. I've had that issue in both entities, you know, both organizations and programs where it was very harsh. So I didn't feel like I belonged, and I said I didn't want that. And so my daughter sacrificed her money to help me start Living Breakthrough Breast Cancer, and we were literally, she and I both, when I started back working, we're taking out of our own income to make sure that we supported those who needed help, those who were referred to our organization that needed the support. So we did that out of our own pockets until we were able to find companies and people, guardian angels is what I call them, guardian angels, to help us support other women who are battling breast cancer, whether it be financial, whether it be mental, whether it be physical, whether it be emotional, which to me is mental, because you do need that mental stability and help when you're going through that. So those emotions are all over the place. So my point to that is that organization was the catalyst that started Randle's T-shirt company. And what I mean by that is every October, we provide women and men and children with that supporters T-shirt, with a T-shirt to support that lady who is going, or that man who is going through breast cancer. In solidarity, we will make a T-shirt and have their names on the back, team whatever. Like mine was Team Zale, and my family had Team Zale on the back. And like you can have Team Claudia, which is one of my sister survivors, and her family had her names on the back of their T-shirt, and so forth. You know, we would put the names on the back in solidarity to support the ladies who were going through, who shared their story about their battle. And so eventually people started asking me, do I make these T-shirts? And I said, no, I don't. I don't make T-shirts. At that time, I didn't anyway. And so this one particular year, a lady that we were supporting, a survivor that we were or a fighter at that time, rather, she was a breast cancer fighter, and we were getting ready to support her, and we needed her family sizes to order the T-shirts from Custom Ink, which are phenomenal. As a matter of fact, I'm putting a plug out there. Custom Ink was awesome. They were very supportive. There was one particular representative that worked with us. Her name was Honey, literally Honey. And she was the best. She really was really sweet person. She really helped us in such a way that I would never forget her heart that was poured into what we needed help with. So at Custom Ink. So she was awesome. Anyway, this lady forgot to give us her family's t-shirt sizes. So with that being said, I had to find a company here locally to see if we can get those shirts made. And my niece referred me to an organization in Southfield, or a company rather in Southfield. And I went to that company and they were able to produce the t-shirts, but they overcharged me for the shirts. And I just felt like it was so wrong, like really wrong. They charged me like $20 over the shirt. Even if it was a rush hour, rush order, I feel that was too much. And so I said, this is ridiculous. And I actually prayed about it and asked God to show me what to do and how to make my own shirts. And that's how Randle's T-shirt company became a reality. I wasn't looking for this, y'all. I was not saying, oh, I want to leave a job and go make T-shirts. That was not it. I would have considered opening up a restaurant, or some sort, or cooking, selling dinners or something like that, because I absolutely love to cook. I'm a country girl, literally, so I believe in feeding folks. That was my thing. And when I worked from home, people would periodically stop by my house and look for food. Literally, like, I know you cook, what you got in here, to eat. I'm on my lunch break, and they would stop by and grab something to eat every now and again. So my point to that is, I would have considered opening up a restaurant at some point, more so than a t-shirt company. I didn't know anything, literally nothing about nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing about screen printing. But I learned. I looked up YouTube University. Of course, everybody learn on YouTube. And I have to give a complete shout out to a few of my guardian angels that led me through this journey in screen printing. Number one, Joe, my brother Joe with Heart and Hustle, screen printing. My brother Rye with Rye Beats. My sister, T-shirt chick. My other brother, John Tiano. My other brother, he don't know me. Brando, my brother Brando, watching him doing vinyl and working his t-shirt business. And my brother Stan Banks was a t-shirt chick, and Stan Banks were two of the first people that I started following. And then along the way, I found John Tiano with Tiano Inks, and Joe, my heart. Oh my God. Joe and Lori are my heart. I met them and I was starstruck when I met Joe and his wife Lori in Florida, when my sisters and my niece came along with me for the Ricardo Racoma embroidery machines. They had an event in Florida and I went, and I got a chance to meet Joe, and my head, as you see, I keep these. I have migraines every now and again, real bad migraines. And so happened was heading towards one that particular day when I was in Florida. I know I'm off the ziggity boom on something else, but just to point out the people that helped me through this journey along the way, I just want to give a complete shout out to them. And I'm mentioning Joe and Lori because she actually gave me some aspirin or some Tylenol to help with the headache, so that it wouldn't go into a full-blown migraine. Because when I get those migraines, this kind of stuff won't work. I have to actually go to ER and get a shot to get rid of the migraines. I was injured some years ago, several years ago. I was robbed and hit in my head, stabbed in my head actually, and robbed by drug addicts, and so now I deal with migraines, from that issue. So a shot is the only thing that can really help me get past that severe migraine. But if I catch it in time, I'll be okay. But with that being said, thank God for Lori. She was there and she gave me something to help with the migraine, and I was able to move forward and enjoy the rest of the seminar that Racoma provided. But my point to say that I met them, and I'm so grateful, because that's my lifelong long brother now. I just love him. And then all of our mastermind group, that I'm a part of, I just, oh my gosh, Stu with Stewart, he was one that helped me. Another brother of mine, he's in New York. He helped me with an order that I had for New Hope Missionary Baptist Church. It just, I don't know what I was doing wrong, but come to find out, I didn't have my off contact correct. And he helped me through that and got me through those 500 shirts that night, because it was a nightmare for me printing that. I know I'm going all over the place, but I'll get back to the point. I just wanted to shout these people out because they're truly my guardian angels. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you've done, all that you've been doing, and all that you continue to do. For those who are teaching people this industry, just my heart goes out to you. Thank you so much. Stewie, and like I said, Stewart rather, and several, DJ Dez, my brother Dez has provided me with wisdom out this world. And he's also in New York. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so many more. It's so many more. I don't want to name too many because I don't want to leave anybody out, but I'm specifically mentioning them particular because these people have been a blessing to me in ways that I can't even explain. So I just want to say thank you. And then also Spilling Teas, my sister MJ, just my amazing young lady. She's just amazing. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful that I've met you. And then finally, my family. Shout out to my family. My children have been the beacons of my light. They have been my light that has been shining when I feel low and left out and didn't have help and didn't know where to go or how to go about doing things and felt like I was going to lose it. My children, all of them, my godson, my biological sons, my biological son, my biological daughters, my daughter-in-law, my son-in-law, my grandbabies. Oh, Ashley, Aaron, Avis, Clinton, Janiro, Nicolette, all my grandbabies. Jonathan and Deshauna. Oh my Lord. And my godson, Cadillac, I just can't get over how much of a blessing they have been. I'm just shouting out to everyone who has helped my sisters and brothers, Nisha and Shantae and Beverly and Lynette and Zachary, Mike Jr., Rod. So many people. And most importantly, also my landlord at this place at 22121 Coolidge. What can I say about Mr. Sam? Words can't even express my gratitude for that man. He has worked with me. He has prayed for me. He has encouraged me. He has pushed me. He has not given up on me. What landlord does that? That's all I can say. I can't even, when I used to rent, I can't even name not one. I've never rented a business before, but I mean, when I rented apartments or houses before I bought mine, I can't name not one that hasn't been so kind as Mr. Sam. Not to say they weren't kind, they were nice, but this man has really been just my heart and soul. And I just want to say thank you, Mr. Sam. Thank you, and Mr. DJ. Thank you both for your continued support and what you've done. I'm just so honored. I'm really honored. And my pastor and my first lady and the church members, so many people, I want to say thank you. I'm just saying thank you now. I'm going to get through this, but the bottom line is what I'm trying to say is that unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave this location. I'm not stopping screen printing. I'm still going to be doing screen printing, but it's going to be back at my house until I can afford to purchase a building of my own. They offered this building to me, which I wish I could afford to pay, but I don't have the funding to do that. And I can't get approved for the amount that they're asking. So I have to move on. And I'm just being transparent. I know a lot of people say, why are you telling your business? Why not? Because somebody need to hear it. Somebody need to know that they're not the only one going through things and they may want to give up. Moving from a location is not a matter of giving up. You just relocating. I'm relocating. And that's what I got to do. And I have to tell myself that I can listen to as many motivational speeches and videos as I possibly can. But at the end of the day, it has to be within you. And you have to be willing to accept what is the reality. And, I tell my kids all the time, I'm a realist. And sometimes you just have to face the reality of what's in front of you. But a quitter is the one that never see the end. A person that continue to fight to the end is the one that see the blessing, even when everybody else can't see it. I have to keep going, but in a different way. So this business has carried me, my dreams and my determination. The moments have been exciting. The moments have been exhausting. The moments have been a moment of loss at times. There have been moments where I've won, in the midst of all this building this, my godfather, my beloved godfather, Cleophas Sappho, ended up battling cancer too. And I was a part of that journey with him until the Lord took him home along with my sisters and brothers. It hurts me to my heart even thinking about it. I started this business, began to start the business right after, right at the point where when I found out he was sick, and this business didn't matter to me. So I wanted to take care of my godfather in the midst of it, you know, um, released from the job so that I could focus on my godfather and build this business at the same time. And I had to let the business go because my heart was with him. And all along the building was here, but I wasn't able to work out of it. I had it reconstructed. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on reconstructing inside of this building. And a lot of people ask, "Oh, why would you take the money that you have, your money, and rebuild somebody else's building?" Well, you know what? I felt like I would be here. And I'm not angry about how it turned out. It's beautiful. This place is beautiful. And it was an open canvas, nothing here hardly. Just one wall, L-shaped wall that I had turned broken down. And I built walls in here. And as you guys probably see other videos about it, but my point to that is my godfather was important to me. And so I took the time to care for him. And I didn't care about a job. I didn't care about anybody else. That was my last living parent. And I'm not just talking about a godfather. Oh, that's my God. No, that was my daddy, my other daddy. He was a good man, a great man. He always been there for me. So I sit back and I think about my mother, my father, and my godfather. I called him Papa, and I called my daddy Daddy. My biological father, I called him Daddy, and my godfather, I called him Papa. And it's hard, I think about next month would be his death year. I mean, death month. And January has been quite a journey for me each January, as most people too. But being here at this moment and having heavy, feeling heavy feelings in my heart, I have to keep moving. When life gets heavy, you either find someone to help you carry it, or you trust in God to carry you. God is carrying me. He's carrying me. So as I prepare to transition out of this business, I won't pretend it ain't easy, because it's not. I don't want to go. I love the location. It's right off of Coolidge, which is a main street. A lot of traffic. I'm right in a plaza where a lot of people will see it. But it takes money to make money, if that makes sense. I hear people saying that, and it really does. What I would do different if I had a chance to do this all over again, and which I do have a chance to do it over again, which I'm so grateful about. Long as the Lord give me strength and the ability to keep going, I'm going to do it. I'm not one to quit easily. I don't believe in being defeated unless God tells me to stop. Until then, I haven't heard that from him. But what I would do different is I would make sure that I have at least 2 years worth of rent if I was renting, or 2 years worth of mortgage if I was buying, before going full-fledged into a building. And the reason is because if you're still paying for your mortgage at your home or an apartment, and then you have this, that overhead is double that amount. So what I would do different is I would literally make sure that I have 2 years worth of savings put totally aside in another bank and never touch it. And not use it for emergency funds or not. That's something totally different. I would have an emergency fund for something else. But for as far as the building itself, mortgage or renting, I would strongly consider opening up a separate bank account and use that strictly for overhead only. Not to pay my overhead out of it, but as an emergency fund specifically for 2 years, just in case something happened. Just in case. That's what I would do. I say that because you never know what could happen to you or in the midst of what's going on in life that will cause you to not be able to pay your rent. The first year moving here, the city of Oak Park would not allow me to work out of the building because I hadn't gotten my license yet. Rightfully so. I hadn't got my license for it yet. But you still have to pay rent, whether you get money, income or not. And when you start dwindling, your money start dwindling down, and then you go into your emergency fund, eventually it's nothing there. And that's what happened essentially. And when that happens, when I finally got a chance to open up, which was last year, so it's only been 2 years I've been here. Last year, October, who's going to buy t-shirts in the winter? Nobody. Or in the fall? Nobody. Nobody's trying to place an order for a bulk order of t-shirts. And I didn't have, like my brother Joe with Heart and Hustle said that I need to provide more than just screen printing. Well, I didn't have the funds to buy an embroidery machine. I could have outsourced it, but I didn't. I could have did a couple of things. I look at things now in retrospect, I could have did to make a difference, but I didn't. And this is where I'm at right now. But with that being said, I would do things different. I know now. And the only way you can learn is going through it. And so now I know it. But I want to say this. I'm grateful for what I've learned along the way. Never be too prideful to ask for help. Never be too prideful to figure out another way of doing things so that you can keep your doors open. I never want to be a bother to anyone. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to burden anybody else or offer anybody something that I wasn't certain about myself. I believe in testing things out for me first before offering it to someone else. And I didn't do that, and I should have. So I regret that. That's one of my regrets. But I'm grateful because I learned from that. The other parts that is, not being able to operate or make money during that time, and what you have saved up has dwindled down to zero. My business, this business, Randle's T-shirt company, did not pick up until May of last year, May of 2025. However, being that was the time they start picking up, it wasn't enough to catch me up or push me forward. So I started, trying to build, but it wasn't building fast enough. So with that being said, the landlord has been so gracious in allowing me to stay beyond October. My lease was up this past October, and he allowed me to stay up until today. So my last day here is January 9th. I'll be moving out. I'm actually in the process of getting ready to pack everything up and, plan it, set it up so that my sons could come together and help me um, pack it up and take it back to the house. Um, it's just not easy. I won't pretend. Um, this place has held a lot of memories. I mean, I sat in here many nights and spent the night while working on orders. My sister and my brother, oh my God, y'all got to tell y'all this story. My parents, when mom and dad owned the cleaners when they were living, and I remember a particular night when my dad was working an order for Omnicare Hotel, and my brothers all had this, I think it was Omnicare. It was one of the hotels in downtown Detroit that he had an order for. And my brothers had stayed with him that night to make sure that order was complete. And my mom, I remember her cooking chicken and some biscuits to take to the to the cleaners for my family, my brothers and my dad, so they could have dinner at the cleaners. And I think about that time, the times when we would go back home, go back to Mississippi, and it was too many of us for daddy to stop at a restaurant every time we got hungry. So my mother would cook chicken, she would fry chicken and, buy fruit and snacks and everything. And we would eat on the road. And the only time we would stop was to use the bathroom and fill up. And those were beautiful memories. Oh my God, as a child, coming back and forth, going home, coming back here. And with that, being said, when mama cooked the chicken and the biscuits for my brothers at the cleaners, it brought back memories here, because although I don't eat meat anymore, but my sister and brothers, my oldest brother and my middle brother and my oldest sister came to the shop to help me get Miss Pat's order together with the New Hope Missionary Baptist Church. It's like 495 t-shirts, I think it was, or something like that. And 492, I think it was, or it could have been more than that, actually. It might have been more than that. But whatever the case may be, they came to help. It was a 4-color print, and they came to the shop to help me. And they ended up spending the night. And oh my God, how awesome it was. It was just a blessing. I wasn't expecting that. It brought back beautiful, beautiful memories, memories of my mom and dad and my brothers and how we had the business and, how much fun we had there and how the family worked together. So having my siblings here with me during that time was, oh my God, I can't even, it just brought back good memories. It brought back wholesome, happy memories. So that's one. And then another one, my nephew Jeff. Oh, I forgot about to even mention him. My nephew Jeff Knight. Jeff Knight, my nephew came in here and helped me out when I had to do some shirts for the Athenium Hotel for their opening day for Detroit Tigers opening day. They offered to have me an opportunity to, or offered me an opportunity rather to be a vendor at their hotel. And my nephew, knowing as tired as he was, he came in here and he's like, Auntie, go lay down. I got this. He came in here and printed up a bunch of shirts for me so that I could take them, to the event the next day, and then help me move stuff in. Him and his friends and my son all helped put the racks at the hotel for me to sell products there. It was so beautiful. So this place brings a lot of memories and of starting and pushing through things. And, I don't have all the answers for everything, but I can say I trust God all the way, no matter what outcomes are in life, no matter what you face in life. God has a better plan for us. He tells us he knows the plan that he has for us. Sometimes we can look at things as a disappointment, but if you see the beauty out of it, you're still here to make another decision. So I just hold on to that. If I could share anything with anybody, just don't give up on your dream. If God hadn't told you to stop, don't stop. I know this video is long. I was really planning on only doing 30 minutes, but I'm past that now. I see I'm past that now. But what I want y'all to know that this is not my end of my story. It's not the end of my business. It's a pivot. It's a pause. A moment to realign my mind, my body, my funds, my business plan, realign and rethink things through to get things in order and life in a different way, because I do not want to go back to corporate. I tell you this, it's like this. When you get the bug of an entrepreneur, being an entrepreneur, when you get that bug, that's a bug you don't want to swipe away. That's a bug that you don't want to let go. I mean, literally, I do not want to let go of this. So I'm determined to find another way to make this happen. And like I said, realigning and pivoting and repositioning myself for better outcome for the next time when I find a building that I could purchase. And who knows, the Lord may bless me with a rich uncle to help me buy this building. Who knows what God's plan is for me here. I know I don't want to leave. I feel like it's a perfect location. The screen printing business is a lucrative business, even though people saying, oh, direct to film is better. Oh, you wasting your time with nobody want. That's a lie. And I'm going to tell you why that's a lie. Direct to film is fine. That's great. I'm not poo-pooing on that, because I do want a direct to film machine here, and I do want to be able to provide that service, whether it be transfers or just printing for people. Because I can honestly say, y'all, 98% of the people that walk through my door want 1 or 2 shirts, and I'm not able to do that because I only screen print. But if I had a direct to film machine, I truly believe that business probably would have stayed open. I could refer it to people too, but then I have someone I can refer to, to them now. I didn't in the beginning, but I do have that now. And I was actually sending them over to the print heads to have their shirts done, and so that's a lot of money I lost out on, but that's okay, because I believe in helping people. I believe in helping other business. I'm nowhere near a greedy person. I believe in helping other businesses too. But with that being said, I look at how God blessed me being at this location. It's like a perfect, in my opinion, location, because it's off Main Street. But if I had a rich uncle that would be willing to buy this place for me and allow me to build a business so that I could pay them back, that would be ideal for me. But I have to face the reality of where I am right now and just get ready to move out, because I don't want to prolong this space for somebody else to get, if that's what the Lord's will is. I humble myself with that. And I'm at this point, I'm choosing to protect my peace and my purpose and my future. And I say that because I found myself, as old as I am, I never thought to cry as much. I don't think I ever cried as much as I did last year. I literally would cry myself to sleep, worrying about this place. And one side of my mouth, Lord, I trust you. And the other side, Lord, why is this happening? And asking God his reasons and why did this happen, to me and for me, and all these different things. Sitting here asking God why, but who am I to question his will? Who am I to question his plan? I don't know what the future may bring, but I do know I'm still going to move towards it. And if God's blesses, then so be it. If he tell me to back off and relax for a minute, then so be it. So be it. I had intended on going to the Impression Expo for this month. I wanted to go. I really had my mind set on going, but I'm not going to be going now unless God changed things for me. But yeah, I'm just choosing to consider wisdom. Sit back and learn, or sit back rather and write down what I learned while I was here and utilize that to teach myself wisdom. My dad used to say, wisdom comes about learning. Learning comes about knowing, and knowing comes about teaching someone else. And when you're able to teach someone else, that's wisdom, because you done been through it. You can express to them ways around it, ways through it, or ways to halt before pushing forward. And I think that's where I'm at now. I had to learn to not allow fear to take over my faith. And that's what it was, crying at night, praying at night, wondering why at night, why these things were happening. And I allowed fear to take precedence over the faith that God has given me in the first place to even get here. So I look at it like this: if I don't do anything else, I know I live life to its fullest, and I still have more life to live. It's not just one life. I have more life to live. I would sit back at night and sit in this place and I would cry. And I was like, Lord, I wonder, how did my daddy do it with 8 children? Him and my mom, 8 babies that they took and raised and fed and protected and covered and, directed and taught us the way. Like, how did he do it? How was he and mom able to do that with 8 children? And all I have is 3 biological kids. I'm just like, whoo. I salute Reverend Ozell and missionary Jesse Randle. I salute them. I salute them. I salute them. And I'm honored to be their children, or their child rather. I'm honored to be their daughter. So walking a mile in their shoes, I get it now. And I'm so grateful that my father, gave us all, my siblings and us all, this chance, opportunity to start a business, run a business, or be in a business. And here I am, the baby of the group in the business. And so in a different line business, but still business. And I really feel like, if nothing else, if my parents were living, I really feel depths in my heart, and my godfather, if they were still living, that they would be proud of me. So that's all that matters. And now at this point, they no longer here, but God is my father, my heavenly father, my Abba father. And I feel like he's proud of me too, because I did do what he said. Works without faith, faith without works is dead. And I had faith. I gave it my all until the next assignment is, ready to be executed. So it's hurting. It hurts me. So I don't want to leave, but I'm gonna be leaving on January 9th, unless God says otherwise. And to everyone who supported me, prayed for me, placed an order with me, spoke my name in a room, it was not in vain. Trust me, it was not in vain. And I just want to say thank you all so much. What else I want to say? I told y'all I wrote things down, so I'm looking away from y'all because I wanted to read what I had. Like I said again, to everyone who supported me, who prayed for me, who placed an order with me, spoke my name in room that I wasn't in, or simply encouraged me. You mattered more to me than you know, and you still do. I am deeply grateful, and I am moving forward with intention, knowing that sometime God asks us to release one thing so he can prepare us for something better. And again, I'm doing everything I can, y'all, to not shed a tear in front of y'all, because I promise you, I just want to pour out. So I'm sure after I turn this video off, it more than likely going to be that. But I just want to say thank you all. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for your support. I will continue to do shirts. You're more than welcome to call me, 248-763-7426. Again, 248-763-7426 is my cell phone number. Follow me on TikTok, The Screen Printing Grandma. Follow me on YouTube, Randle T-Shirt Company. Follow me on Instagram under Randle T-Shirt Co. That's Randle, Randle, T-Shirt Co, number 1. And I'm also on Facebook under Zale Randle, as well as Randle T-Shirt Co. and RTC Clothing Store. So I know I got a lot of information just gave y'all, but thank you. Thank you all for the depths of my heart. If I can't say nothing else, if you have a business getting started in it, don't give up on it. Write down your plan. Stick with your plan. If God had a plan for our lives, the fact that he does, he has a plan for us. He has a plan for us. It's in the word, Jeremiah 29. But the fact that he created this world in 6 days and rest on the 7th day, he had a plan. If you read the book of Genesis, you'll see his plan, how it all started. So if God had a plan for in this world, for himself, what make us think that we don't need a plan? Create a plan so that you could follow precisely, carefully, strategically, and it'll keep you grounded. Stay focused, have faith, believe, don't give up, and trust the process. Trust God through it all. Thank you so much for your love, support, and care. I appreciate you.